Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. We are doing pretty quick, maybe 10-minute money readings today. So this is to assist you with aligning with abundance and with the unfolding path and destiny that will take you to your beautiful abundant life that you desire. So there are 3 piles: a fierce desert flower, the wounded harpy eagle, and kissed by whale spray. Choose the pile that resonates the most with you. Timestamps are below, and I will see you in your reading. Hi pile 1, welcome to your reading. Today we're doing money reading, so let's get your cards flipped. You've got 6 of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. Gratitude is the life force of peace. What are you thankful for? Giving birth. Limitations inspire innovations. Daughters of the Red Tent. Fierce desert flower. Psychic vampire. Harmony. And Ashura of the Northeast. So pile 1, I feel like you are right in a transition zone. You are at the threshold of a new life. You're in between worlds. You've outgrown one life and you're in the process of giving birth to another. I feel like the life that you've lived is based in more scarcity and surviving rather than thriving. There's been a lot of limitations, restrictions, and things being non-reciprocal. So a lot of you expending energy and not receiving back what you want or anything at all. You may have been living a life where you've had a lot of people pulling resources from you or attempting to, or you just found yourself in situations where you've had your resources being sucked out. So yeah, lots of like imbalanced kind of connection with people and with money. So maybe you're working and you're doing so many hours of work and not getting much back. Like there's this energy here of having to really struggle to have abundance in your life. It's like you have to expend huge amounts of energy just to get a little bit. And this is something that's changing for you at this time. I feel like you had to go through that experience. Like there was nothing going wrong. It was something that your soul chose at a deeper level for you to go through, to be able to subsist in a desert-like environment, so to speak, where you are struggling to survive. And this may also be a more specific, isolated incident where maybe you have work right now and you're feeling a lot of limitations and you're facing a lot of restrictions around you. You don't have a lot of life force to give out. You've been depleted, and Spirit is asking you how to work with this energy. How can you adapt and work with what life has given you? So rather than wishing for more energy to give more, it's like, well, you only have so much to give. And how can you get into alignment with more money in this position where you don't have a lot to give, so to speak? I feel like for you, you might have a past upbringing where you were taught that giving is equated to goodness, and that the more you give, the better, and to give abundantly and generously without any sort of limit. And life has really taught you that that's not safe for you in a way. It's like you've got a lot of depleting experiences in exchange for that. So when you were generous and kind and giving and loving, it's like people totally took advantage of that and way sapped you dry. It's like you've been sapped dry here and you've been surviving under these harsher circumstances where you're just really, really fighting to get little bits. So now that we have that basis, let's pull some more cards to deepen this message. So your next set of cards are Dragon Fae of the West. Looking deeper. The universe rewards motion. What guided action can you take today? And unstick the stack. So what I'm getting is, because of these depleting scarcity, unbalanced experiences, you're afraid to open up and give again. But it feels like something's shifted in you so that when you do give, you do get resources back. I feel like it's like you were so traumatized by what you lived in the past that now that you're in a better alignment where you will be getting, you do get a harmonious exchange, you're afraid. So your first set of cards was really like polarized between what's coming and what you've been living. It's like you're kind of in the thick of it in your mind, at least emotionally. It's like you're still really living it, or you're still really ruminating about it. It's really fresh energy for you to be in between. Like you have the harmony card and Ashura card about friendship and giving birth, and the gratitude card, and then the Six of Pentacles symbolizing equal exchange. Daughters of the Red Tent showing a new birth. And then you've got the Fierce Desert Flower, the Psychic Vampire, and the Limitations card, all speaking about experiences of scarcity and lack and being leached off of and having to thrive under harsh conditions. So you really have a balance of those two energies in your first read. And now that we've pulled the second, it's like, okay, it feels like you're actually stuck because of this past energy, and that you might be birthing something new, but it's like you're just afraid to move because of what's happened to you and you don't want to repeat anything. So the universe rewards motion and unstick the stuck. It's like you're paralyzed in a way, and you're afraid to move forward and to open up and to be in that abundant generosity energy again because of what went on for you. So I pulled one more card as a kind of cap for this reading to sum up all the messages. And we've got Her joy renders the impossible task possible. So this is about something that may have not felt possible for you before. Massive abundance may have felt like it wasn't something that you were allowed to have in the past. But because you're now learning to follow your joy and your bliss, it's like you're going to be making the right decisions from now on. So in the past, it's like you might have been following obligation or a sense of duty, or just not listening to your heart, not listening to your bliss. And so that's what produced those experiences of being leached from, etc. It's like all of that was guiding you into your true bliss. And now that you've found it, your bliss is what makes the past kind of disappear, and your bliss is what draws in the big change. Following your bliss is what brings in the big money, but it's like you're still living a bit of that old energy. So your question is, how can you move into this new life where you're following your bliss and you're trusting that you are replenished and you're met equally when you do give and you do pursue your dreams. So I'll leave it at that, pile one. Thank you for listening, pile one, and blessings on your journey. Hi, pile two. Welcome to your reading. We are doing quick money readings today, so let's pull your cards over. You've got the World, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Wheel. To receive, you must release. What can you let go of? What do you want to receive? Soaring into joy. Beauty of Ib. The Wounded Harpy Eagle. Grandmother of Love, Granddaughter of Life. Peacekeeper. In Flow with Money. And Grace and Beauty. So the message I'm getting right away is that you need to be the bigger person with a family member in your maternal line. So this is a mother, a grandmother, an aunt, somebody even who represents that energy for you. You are the one who is further along, so to speak. You could say on your spiritual journey or within your self-development. It's like you have more compassion, you have more grace, and you're able to hold this person in a way that maybe like they wouldn't be able to hold you in, or it feels like you need to forgive this person for the way that they perceived you or taught you about yourself when you were little. Like this person may have made you feel like unworthy or like you're small, or they may have taught you scarcity, for example. This is a money reading. And you may have felt more upset at them in the past, but I feel like you're really, really able to occupy a really beautiful compassion and grace towards this person at this point. And it's not just about this person, like this person represents that energy for you, but at a deeper level, this is your own inner work. Like you were taught scarcity by this person, and to forgive this person is also to heal within yourself. Like your journey with this person is just representing your own inner journey, right? So your path here is to kind of bring yourself into a whole new reality where you're completing a cycle with this person. You're completing something very big, a life cycle of like whatever you inherited ancestrally. You're freeing yourself into more beauty and abundance, where you may have come from an ancestry or family of more poverty or scarcity, whether it was real or imagined, like something that was taught at a more mental or psychological or energetic level rather than something that was actually being experienced. So I really feel this is about laying to rest an old way around abundance that was passed down to you, and laying to rest the upset, the anger about your roots or what you were born into, what you were taught by your ancestors, and really walking forward in a beautiful way. It's like you are the one who is not continuing the pattern. You already know that. You already know that you're moving into a more graceful, beautiful existence. You're already really deep in this cycle of change, but it's like whatever needs to be released is not blocking or hindering, really. It's just, you just need to acknowledge and let go of this, whatever's kind of outstanding for you around your background, around your roots and what you were born into, and that maybe you had to adapt, you had to use other methods in order to succeed in the way that you have. Like you haven't had it easy, you haven't had it the normal way, but you've cultivated a lot of compassion and understanding because of what you've been through. And this is also a message of like, it is such a richer experience to come from polarity, to have had like experiences of poverty, scarcity, lack, some sort of hardship, needing to figure out how to thrive under harsh conditions, and then going into true abundance, to have walked through that journey and brought yourself through it. It's like you've actually lived it, you've integrated it. Whereas people who are born into abundance, like they haven't been through the journey to get there. They haven't integrated it in their being. They haven't lived it spiritually. They haven't weaved the spirit into the matter the way that you are. You are actually walking the journey and carrying the medicine with you of that journey, of that unfolding, of how to get from A to B. And this may be part of your, what you teach, what you might call your purpose later on. So you're definitely going through a massive transition where you are, it feels like the first thing that you're doing is really understanding what true abundance is, and it's something that's internal, and you really know that. It's an inner beauty, an inner lushness, an inner vibrancy, an inner sense of peace, and coming into peace with the ancestors and what was before us. And that is the beautiful abundance, that is like what's true abundance. And then the material abundance kind of follows that beauty. So we'll just pull a few more cards to see if there are any further messages or deepening of these messages. So your next cards are You Are Epic, Returning, Keeping Still, and Obsession. So I feel like your message from Spirit is to not take your past and where you come from in a bad way. The fact that you had to use other methods and other resources to get to where you are compared to other people, there needs to be a bit of a embracing and accepting of your journey and understanding that as you land peacefully in where you've come from and you accept your journey, that the wisdom and the rewards and the gifts of that experience will really come forward. It feels like you're really returning to a state of knowing of who you are, and you may have had a struggle or a trauma recently, or you've just been fighting to be yourself, to be your beautiful self, to live the beautiful life that you feel like you deserve, that is inside of you. It's almost like with the obsession card, it's like maybe you've been obsessed with becoming the person that you know yourself to be. It's like, when will my reflection show who I am inside? You've wanted to have you reflected in your life instead of your ancestral karmic energy. It's like maybe you haven't been living a beautiful life, but you felt the beauty inside of you. And it's like it's all coming because you are returning to a knowing of who you are through all these experiences. You may have lived other people's energy for a long time and really come to the knowing that that's not you. That is not who you are. And it's that inner validation, that inner knowing of who you are, and that stillness that you let go of the obsession, because you know, it's like you know who you are and you know the kind of life that you deserve, and you don't need to obsess and fight about it. It's just this knowing that you are epic, and you are returning to that knowing in a deep way of the beauty that you are. And as you do that, that is when the abundance comes in to reflect you. That is when the beauty that you are and the beauty that you know that you are, that you've landed in, comes to reflect you. You know that you are not your ancestors. You know that you don't carry that energy. You've done the work to find your beauty, find your radiance, find your inner abundance. And as you keep still and stop obsessing, your universe begins to reflect that to you. So I asked for one final card to kind of cap off and summarize this reading. And we've got Nest at the North. And what I'm noticing about your cards is that we have like stormier colors, like blacks, lots of blacks and dark blues, and then it's like there are little peaks of gold shining through, and that really speaks to me about alchemy and how when you're doing alchemical work and you're transmuting the lead, the denser stuff, into, you know, spiritual beauty, that you begin to see flecks of gold, you know, in the laboratory, as they say. You start to see the little glimmers and shimmers, and it's like that's what you're doing. You're seeing those beautiful glimmers of the true you, perhaps reflected in your environment around you or within yourself. It's like you're just starting to know, you're starting to see, and the gold is showing itself. The gold of who you are is showing itself. So I'm just going to read the Nest at the North card for you. North is the power place of potential. It is the home of what is yet to be, of what can manifest according to our choices and divine timing. This is the realm of the future and the divination of that future. Predictions can be empowering if one sees them as indications of potential. In this realm, we gaze into the future to search for what our current choices will likely yield, and then consider if we need to evolve in our approach to life. Cultivate the most inspired vision for your future. I feel like that's really the words that matter the most. Cultivate the most inspired vision of your future. It's like whatever you've experienced does not inform your past at all. You can let go of the sentiment that you're going to turn out like your ancestors, or that you can't be the one that does break the chain and experience something totally different. you really are being guided to accept like that you are this beautiful different being that you know yourself to be. You're individuated, you're unique, and you're carrying this gold with you. That is who you are, no matter what your life and your ancestry has tried to convince you. And it's like you know who you are based on that contrast. And if you just came in with all this money, it's like you wouldn't have known the radiant, beautiful you. You've found it yourself. You've dug into the dirt for it. Like you have been through the darkness to find your gold. And that is extremely powerful. And that's what brings you the bigger abundance. That's your reading, pile 2. Thank you for listening, and blessings on your journey. Hi, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. We are doing money reading, so let's flip over your cards. We've got the 5 of Wands, the World, and the Moon. Raw intention. Embarking on an adventure. Out of the woods you've made it through. What newness is emerging? Blue Mother, Yellow Mountain, Gibbous Moon. Gossip and kindness. The Well. Overthinking can spoil the magic. And Honor, Elegua at the Southeast. So your cards are speaking about coming out of a time of conflict, inner conflict, outer conflict, maybe both, and moving into the end of that cycle of some sort of conflict. You've made it through, you're going forward, and it's like you're really understanding that the challenges that you went through, or you're currently kind of processing this, the challenges that you went through are serving you in life. It's like right away when I was tuning into this, I got the image of squares in astrology. So if you know what those are hard angles between two planets that are in your birth chart, and they speak to challenges in your life that you are faced with, and if you're able to work with and grow through and alchemize those challenges, they provide really enormous rewards. So that's what I feel. It's like the 5 of Wands almost represents that square energy, that conflict between two planets. And you've made it through, you know, maybe the more ugly side of it, and you're really understanding, you're in this wisdom place that, you know, we're given challenges in life that we can handle, and that when we do handle them well, they turn into rewards and they yield beautiful things. I feel like what you're doing is you're almost trying too hard to figure out where you're going. It's like you're thinking about it too much. You might be speaking about it too much. You might be sharing with too many people. The moon represents a bit of a confused energy, or just that you're trying to work through something and you're not sure how to approach the energy at the moment. It's like you're trying to control where everything's going. You're trying to steer the ship. Now that you've made it through, it's like you might be really excited. You know, you got through this big challenge and you're going, oh my goodness, like there's so much abundance and beauty ahead of me, and I have all these desires, and this is exactly what I want. And Spirit here is kind of saying there's, you know, you're walking towards your destiny, you're going on an adventure, you're moving into a beautiful time, you've made it through, you've got through. But your job is not to figure out the details of what is coming into manifestation for you. And, you know, to think about it too much is to put your control into it, rather than just, you know, thinking. The difference between thinking, oh, I'm so excited about what's coming, and I'm looking forward to the wonderful, beautiful blessings that the universe is going to give me, and I can't wait to see the surprises that are around the corner, versus like, here's what I'm doing, and hey, so-and-so, this is my plan for my future. I'm walking into this beautiful new life, and it's going to include this, and that, and that. Like, there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but it's like for you and for this moment, and what your soul wants is for you to let go of what your new next phase is going to look like, and to be more in a place of wonderment and expectation, in a more raw place. As it says, raw intention. It's not like a refined specific intention. It's raw. It's like, what are the absolute basics? What is the essence? I want to feel bliss and joy, and I want to feel connected to nature, and I want to feel the beauty of life in every day. I want every day to be a ceremony. I want to be connected to spirit. I want to communicate with spirit. Like those kinds of raw, more general intentions for where you're going in life, rather than here's what I want, universe, and I'm waiting for this to happen, and here's what I'm speaking about this to other people. It's like there's a beautiful unfolding coming for you, but it's not something for you to control and dictate. So I'm going to read a bit of the Blue Mother card because it's so pertinent. It says, I reveal the path of grace on sacred earth. Echo of ancient prayers sound forth from the holy mountain. The moon shall soon be full and darkness filled with light. Victory shall be upon you, and the hope that I ignite in your heart shall swiftly become the joy of our celebration. Be serene, be peaceful, whilst the power of heaven and earth become the celestial horses, driving the chariot of your soul to its divine destiny. So this is super like diffused, mysterious, mystical kind of energy, and it's saying like the universe is going to drive you where you're going. It's not your job to, be so specific. That overthinking, over controlling, putting your hands in it too much, putting your mind on it too much, spoils the magic. So this is about opening yourself to the magic that the universe has in store for you. And that potential to want to control and dictate might be coming from a trauma pattern based on, this previous thing that you've just come out of, where you still have the Five of Wands card with you here in this reading, which is speaking to where you're coming out of. And out of the woods, you've made it through. It's like you might have your first foot like out of the problem. And from here, you're wanting to go straight into control again. It might be a remnant of the more traumatic energy, the challenging energy that you're stepping out of. But your work is to not jump straight into that. Just go into a diffused place where you're expecting the magic of the universe to wow you. So let's get like 3 more cards to cap this reading. So you've got Kissed by Whale Spray, Manifesting, and Hu Yi. So Kissed by Whale Spray. You easily find yourself in the right place at the right time when you follow your heart, even when what your heart tells you goes against all logic. So this is a time to follow your heart, to follow your bliss, to follow spirit, to follow the mystery and the magic, and to not think too much, to not use your left brain. It's a time to flow with your intuition and to be guided by the heart. What does the heart say? So, for example, a really clear example is like, if you feel like you need money, but you really want to volunteer at the animal shelter, and that's the only way to be there at this moment. It's like, what are you going to choose? Are you going to choose what your logical mind kind of tells you? Well, we need to do this, making decisions based on reasoning versus following that heart song that says, we're going to do this. I would love to do this. This is what I want to be doing. And it's interesting, like when we make those decisions of, I want to do this is my bliss and I'm going to follow through with that. And then we trust that the money for it, to fund whatever we're doing comes. It's like you can walk forward and know that you're going to be supported in following your bliss and following what feels good, in following the path that spirit sets out for you, that you'll be protected and supported. So this might be a bit of a call as well to break out of that old phase of wanting to control and dictate, and to be grounded and reasonable and logical and, I should be doing this, and to really listen to that deep mystical voice of the moon that is guiding you to your spiritual unfolding, to your destiny, to where you are meant to be. It might require a few sacrifices or hardships along the way, but it's like, put that logical mind aside and follow what feels amazing to you right now. And Hu Yi also really sums this up. I'm just going to read a bit of it. You are doing better, have traveled further, and are getting closer than you realize. Though you may not yet see evidence of it, your steady application of will and intention is coalescing into a liberating potency. You shall have your sacred outcome, but you must submit to the greater wisdom of universal cycles and divine timing. You do not need to react or rush. Keep your mind open and relax into the process. There is no need to tire yourself with rumination on what has been or what may come. So this is a real call into a deeper alignment with spiritual knowing, with divine timing, with the guidance of the universe, that there is such intelligence and genius and brilliance out there that we cannot even come to comprehend. Like, think about someone or something in your life that is just such an incredible manifestation that it's like, I could have never come up with that. I could have never dreamed this person and all their characteristics and all the beautiful ways we interact with each other. Like, I could have never thought of that. I could never have created that. It's like you're being asked to get out of your own mind and to just open to the mind of God, spirit mind, and to let the divinity and the genius and intelligence of that guide you and be what surrounds you and flows you in the right direction. Because there's something very beautiful that you're walking into. It's just that it's not your job to kind of dictate what that is. There is this beautiful divine plan unfolding for you, and although you may not see anything at the moment, you're trying to control and determine what that is. You're being guided not to do that. So pile 3, your message is very clear. You're being guided into your destiny and into the money that you're asking for, into the life that you're asking for, but you must let go, and you must drop into the mystical divinity, the universal intelligence and genius and brilliance of the universe and divine timing and the unfolding, because you can't fathom all the pieces that are coming together for you in the background and how things will come together and show themselves to be perfect at the exact right timing. Just open yourself to that magic. I'm really feeling crow spirit coming in here. If you can find some crow feathers for yourself, just opening to the mystical, magical, mysterious unfolding of the universe and trusting that again. So coming out of whatever trauma this is, where you were having to control or fight or whatever you had to do there, you're through that, and now you're coming back into this oneness and partnership with the universe, where you're allowing the beautiful, intelligent unfolding of the magic of the universe to take you and pull you forward, rather than you trying to control it yourself. So thank you for listening, pile 3, and blessings on your journey.